sense of revenge, but it's also his opportunity to see Louis again. But the moment that he looks at Louis, that kind of changes things for him. And I was interested in if there was a particular moment or a particular beat of all those events where you felt like things had probably changed for him.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it was written, and so that's also have to really honor what Roland has written. Uh, I don't. I think in to get him to the trial is very complex. I think the way that we kind of particularly when you're looking at these older monsters like Armand and Lestat and Marius and Akasha, and if you start looking at these like older kind of beasts, they've got more. There's a level of intensity and kind of like necessity that drives them forward through their relationships. It's like I have to, if my children are dying, I have to be there, you know. And so I think that's the kind of like I was like, okay, and that's something I worked out with Emma Freeman because I was a bit like, why the hell is he there? Why did he go? Like, why is he there if we're not, in the books it's much clearer because you kind of you know why he went there. But because we've changed the context and we are doing an adaptation, you can't necessarily just use that reasoning. So why has he gone there? Well, I think you kind of have to go because the love for these characters is so deep. So if they're going to die, he's going to be there. If they're going to be killed, he's going to be there. And I think that is a hard thing for a human mind, and that's where we have to go. It's a monster choice. This is a monster choice, and let's dig into that. Let's hold that. And so when is the moment when the monster falls apart and the human love and compassion and connection and the thing that, that sparkly thing that keeps Louis and Lestat, together because we call it a vampire bond, but there's a lot of vampires that have a lot of bonds with each other, but this one seems to be specifically intense. So, when it is, and in the script it's written, it's like when they turn to look at each other. And I think that's why we very specifically don't look at each other for the whole time. And so then you're like, okay, they look at each other, and then whatever they thought, whatever Lestat thought was going to be able, how he was going to be able to do it, he's now improvising. I think he had a plan before, and that plan is not going to work. Which is really fun because that's when it starts to become like a hurricane. That's becomes a whirlwind, and the negotiations, whatever negotiations he's had with Armand previously, fall out the window, and we can start to get really, really messy with the show.